it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and happy Saturday and happy Scraptember. So, I will be participating in Scraptember. Unfortunately, not every day this month. It just doesn't work out with my life this year, which makes me sad, but I am going to play as much as I possibly can. And for Saturdays, for May I Scraplift You, Scraptember is put on by the Scrappy sisters, Jess and Katie, and then Laura Alberts, and then Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. So if you're curious who I am going to be scraplifting this month, there are my 4 people. So I am starting with Laura, and today's Scraptember prompt is layers. And Laura does tons and tons of beautiful layers. So I picked this particular layout actually for the stitching, not for the layers, but you can see that she has tons of beautiful layers in the background. So I am going to use my How to Kill a Kit with Style for the month of September. So this is one of the page kits that I am using with the, what is this called? Magical Forest. And I don't have a lot of it left, but I definitely can get a few more layouts. I only had 2 12 by 12 pieces of paper, and you can see that I used them both. So I did gut that background paper with the mushrooms on it, and I knew I wanted to use that star paper for my main paper because my nephew has these cute stars on his outfit. So I am going to start by going through all of what I have of the 6x8 paper pad left. And then I am just going to try to do a bunch of paper layers. So I have not only layered the background paper, which I did think about doing with a 3rd layer, because it almost looks like Laura has 3 layers, and the last one is white, which I thought might be fun as well. But sometimes you just get in the groove and you just start going, right? Like you're liking how it's looking and you glue it all down, and then you're like, oh, I was gonna do one more layer, and you don't really want to tear it apart. That being said, stay tuned for tomorrow's layout, because I do tear it apart. So I definitely wanted to get the banner. So I've got the banner in green, and I decided to take that same green paper and mat my photo with it. So I printed my photos with a white mat, so that way I didn't have to mat them in white, so that adds another layer. So the photo itself is matted, including that layer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers plus the banner. So I figured that's pretty good. And I still have all this paper left. Look at all that paper. And then I had pulled this cute little wood grain frame. So I am actually going to layer that on top of the photo, because the photo has a lot of like extra stuff. I could have zoomed it in and just focused on that, but instead of taking the time to manipulate my pictures, which I pretty much never do, or trimming it down, I just decided to take that frame, and that just brings your eye. Like, you're not going to see my brother-in-law's sock. I mean, you will, because I just pointed it out. But when you look at this layout, you're just going to focus in on the picture of my nephew looking at his dad, which is just super sweet. And then you might notice, you know, some of the fun little embellishments around it, but when you're flipping through, that's what you're going to really focus on. So, so I didn't feel the need to cut it down. So if you have one of those pictures and you don't feel like doing a small picture, you can put the 4x6 picture in there and then just add something on the top of the picture that is going to bring your eye in, so that your focus is on what you want. So now that I have basically my layers done, I am going to start with some embellishing. So I'm going to do basically 2 embellishment clusters. I'm going to do one down here at the bottom with a little tag with this super cute little fox that says smile, laugh, and play. And then I found this chipboard piece that says made of stars, which is super cute because he's wearing stars. And then I love, love, love this fabric bow. So I'm going to pop that on there. I'm going to do the title as Rise and Shine. I don't know if this is a morning picture. It could be an afternoon or evening picture. It doesn't really matter. I don't think that is necessarily the important part. So it's just going to be my title. The color is good. The size is really good. It takes up a good portion of that upper area, and it covers part of the photo where you can see in Laura's picture. She actually has 2 pictures to make the 4x6, but I only have 1. But her title does cover part of her photo. So it's, you know, you're going to read the title when it's that close to your photo because that is the first place that you look. So now I'm going to dig into these puffy stickers and I'm going to pull out all these super cute mushrooms. I don't know when I'm necessarily going to use mushrooms, but since I used the mushroom background paper, I felt like it was appropriate that I could get all the cute little mushrooms on. So I'm going to add not only a puffy mushrooms, I'm going to get a chipboard mushroom and a clear sticker, a mushroom as well. And then I am going to embrace the stars. So I have a couple of stars from that sticker book right there. And then I have these Studio Calico gray and black chipboard stars. And I think there's 24 of them in the pack. And I am going to use them all. I am just going to go crazy with them. So once I had got them on, I had like just a few left. And at that point, I just felt like I needed to use them all. And I don't feel like it's super overwhelming, but it definitely does incorporate the star theme of this layout. And it's fun. I got them used up. Like, you know, sometimes it's okay to use an entire pack of something, especially when it's been sitting in your stash for, I don't know, maybe 10 years. Like, it's definitely been sitting in my stash for a while. Let me see if I can pull the packaging. Since it is a How to Kill a Kit with Style, I am keeping it. And 2013. So we're going on like 10 years that that's been in my stash. So I feel like there's nothing wrong with actually using it all. Now, on to the stitching. So I don't stitch on camera, but I did find this cool, like, I don't even know what it is. It's got a ruler and it has holes in it, and it has a rolly thing. So it's probably for, my guess would be, I don't know, maybe quilting. But it has these holes and I was like, oh, perfect. I'm going to use this to poke my holes and then they're evenly spread apart. I did 7 holes on each side and I did 2 corners, and then I did the chain stitch that you see in Laura's photo, but I just did 1. So probably because I embellished too much and there wasn't enough room. But there it is. So make sure you check out everybody in the playlist for Scraptember, everybody for May I Scraplift You, and of course give some love to Laura. So remember to wear your crown, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.